All right, hello and hi everyone. This is Desmond O'Neill here of O'Neill Photography, and I am also the CEO of Elevation Niche. And today we are going to be dealing with a very hot topic in store for you, and something that we use all of the time with our astrophotography. Yes, we also do a lot of astrophotography, and the name of that program is Stellarium. So let's get into it. Yes, and so welcome back. This is Desmond O'Neill here of both O'Neill Photography and Elevation Niche. And I am so glad that you have decided to join us here at this channel or on this channel. I am going to be going through a program called Stellarium. Now, this is my humble little desktop. And before I continue with this recording, I just want to get my ugly mug out of the way. All right, and so right, so let's continue with this broadcast. Right, so we are here on my little desktop, and I am a big advocate for Linux. I love Linux from the first time that I tried it a couple years ago. I think the very first one I tried was one of those one of the Red Hat programs. I tried it, and I just loved Linux, the Linux environment. And from since then to now, Linux has grown by leaps and bounds, and my hats off, no pun intended. I applaud all of the hard work of the dedicated persons that basically have this as a labor of love. And right now I am working out of Linux Mint, and just to show you my working conditions here just a little bit, I am working out of Linux Mint, right? Linux Mint 22, cinnamon version 6.2.9. all right, I am using an AMD A10, so I haven't even upgraded to the new Ryzen chips as yet. I'm using an A10 7860 Radeon, which has 12 computing cores, 4 computing and 8 graphics cores. All right, and I have just about 15 gigabytes of memory using, and just a little bit over half a terabyte of hard drive space. So this is my working condition here on my desktop, and my go-to program to help me navigate the night skies is Stellarium. And before I start up the program, let me tell you that if you truly enjoy watching the night skies and photographing from the moon to the sun to deep sky objects, let me tell you, Stellarium is a program that you don't want to not have in your arsenal. Looking up at the night sky is great itself. You can learn star hopping, you can get all of the star charts and so on. But before I actually do my astrophotography, I like to plan ahead. Sometimes 3 days, 4 days, a whole month I plan ahead. And let me show you what I do. Right now, if you look out, well, you won't be able to look, but right now outside it's raining cats and dogs. It has been here in Trinidad and Tobago for the past couple of days. We've had some incidences of flash flooding and all of that. All right, and yeah, so for those enthusiasts in our country, there is absolutely no opportunities for star watching tonight. Maybe closer to midnight, maybe, but it's overcast, it's raining cats and dogs and all of that. So welcome to Stellarium. This is what you are going to meet when you first enter into the program, and it just gives you a sort of general idea based on where you are. Now, if you look down to my left here, it tells you that I am in the Pity Valley area, and it is the orientation here is south, but my physical, me looking at my monitor, I am actually facing north. So I am going to just turn with my mouse right? So that it lines up great. So just like we do in map reading, you would orientate that map by putting north to true north, all right, and putting south to south and all of that. And I just did that, right? Now, right now, it is just 25 minutes after 5 o'clock, so you won't actually get to see anything. And Stellarium does a really, really good job in trying to represent the night sky as true as possible. So you're probably asking, well, how do you get to plan ahead, and especially if the rain is falling outside? Is it that you have to wait until nighttime and that the program shows you how dark it is, and so that you can look and see? Well, actually not. The nice thing about Stellarium, you can actually view night at any time of day, and I'll show you quickly how I do that. Simply moving my mouse, I'm in the center here, I'm going to go all the way to the left, all right, and as it's to the left, you see day and time window. I'm going to click that, and right now it gives me the time. It is, the date is the 24th of November 2024, and this is the time. This is live here in Trinidad and Tobago. This is the live time. So I am going to actually move forward in time by clicking here. I'm going to move forward in time. This is a whole hour ahead. This is 2 hours ahead, and I'm going to go as much as 3 hours ahead. Great. So it is, I have projected myself to 26 minutes after 8 o'clock in the night. And the reason why I did that is because usually at this time, one of the favorite nighttime photography constellations come up, right? And I'm going to tune here a little bit, and this constellation actually comes up to my east, and this is the Orion Nebula, or the Orion constellation. The Orion Nebula is right here, and we're going to take a look at that in a little bit. And it's very easy to identify Orion in the night because of the stars that we see. You have the Three Kings, or the Orion's belt right here. You have Rigel, which is like the scabbard, some people call it, and then you have Betelgeuse that is there. So to my east, coming over the hills at around 8 o'clock, or just after 8 o'clock, Orion rises really, really nice. And you can take a look at the Orion Nebula. Now I am just going to be using my mouse here to navigate, and I usually use a 135 millimeter lens, which is wide enough. I have a 135 millimeter 2.8 lens that I use, and I point it straight at the Orion Nebula, which is after the Three Kings here, Mintaka, Al-Nilam, and Al-Natak. Right, Al-Natak is this one closest here. You can go right up to view the beautiful Orion Nebula, and I am just scrolling with my mouse. And if you have done some really, really good photo processing, I usually use Cyril, and I use GIMP as well, and both of them are free programs. This is what the Orion Nebula looks like. So I'm just going to zoom back out here again. In the night sky, it will actually look like a star, right? In a star, and when you line this up properly in your camera, it should actually look like 3 stars, right? I am just going to click right here, and it's telling you that it is 45 Ori. It's a double star. And this one will just be north of the Orion Nebula, and then there's this other one right down here, which is Hatisa, right, which is also a double star, right? And in the middle you have the Orion Nebula, Nisan Batil. You have the Orion Nebula right here, right? So this program is really great, helps you plan your shots, helps you have an idea as to what program you are looking at in the night. And the Orion Nebula is one of the most fabulous night deep sky photography shots that you can ever get as a beginner. It is something that when you begin to process this and you begin to see how this nebula looks, it looks almost heavenly. You can actually hear like singing, right? You can almost hear like singing, like with this nebula here. And around the nebula, you've seen all of these sort of white, this sort of whitish sort of tinge, and it shows you that these are the younger stars way up in the nebula here. Here you have the Running Man Nebula to the left, but the majestic Orion Nebula is this beautiful picture here with its tinge of sort of orange red or pinkish red in the middle. All right, yeah, and it's a great night sky photography object to get. It's not too difficult to process, although the contrast between the light and dark, but I'm telling you, Cyril is a really good program. And as soon as I get a good night to do some deep sky photography, I'm going to show you that without a tracking mount, I can use this a simple tripod together with my camera and an intervalometer to get good pictures of the Orion Nebula. Now, for those who are more advanced, you might want to quicker do, if I scroll a little bit northwards, you might quicker want to get the Horsehead Nebula. And this is what the Horsehead Nebula is looking like here. And I telling you, if you are able to get this, it will take, I would recommend having for this one, this is more for advanced users. I would definitely recommend you having a tracking mount, and with that tracking mount you are going to be able to stay on target using plate solving. And plate solving is simply your computer is just going to match these stars around, right, with the star database, and so keep you locked in, so that you are going to be always having some good, and you'll be able to do some nice, good, long exposures, right? You can probably do 35-minute exposures, and that will be so awesome. All right, 35-minute exposures will bring you just over an hour and will give you some really nice photos here of the Horsehead Nebula. And notice that it's quite close to Alnitak, right? It's quite close to Alnitak, and you have here like the Flame Nebula that's quite close, and it actually looks like a flame, to be honest. It actually looks like a flame there. But what I like with the Horsehead Nebula is like a horse that is sticking out, or even, you know, like Loch Ness, the Loch Ness monster. But look at the background. You see this red tinge here, and so for those who have those types of filters that are able to bring out this type of gas that is in the night sky, you'll do you good to have the filters. But don't have any of those right now, but this is just to show you how brilliant this program is. And so no matter which part in the night sky you are able to get good shots, and Stellarium is going to help you to plan your shots. If you go a little bit more north, this is northwards now. Now notice we had the three kings here, Mintaka, Alnilam and Alnitak, and we are still going northwards. And here is another nebula that is so brightly lit right? And this has all types of colors. You see in gold, you see in some dark nebulous clouds here. You see in some blues, tinge of purple and all of that. I don't actually know the name of this nebula, but I'm going to put it in the link in the description just to show you how it is. And so even though you might not even have all of the wonderful equipment, which is quite expensive, I would let you know that astrophotography is one of the most expensive hobbies that one can pick up, but it need not be that expensive. Tracking mounts now, the prices have dropped quite a bit, and you can get even a second-hand tracking mount. You can look to get and get on your photography journey, but you don't have to have a tracking mount. You can use a good ball head tripod, and you'll be able to. We'll have to do some shifting ever so often as the earth turns, but trust me, getting these images are quite a thing. Right now, here is Betelgeuse. Right, Betelgeuse is what is considered an orange star, which is very, very big. It is larger than our own star, the sun, right? And it says it's a pulsating variable star. Now to the left here we have a lot of information provided to us by all of the star enthusiasts and so on. They feed information in, and you can get this is live information here. All right, you have the declination, right, magnitude range, a whole lot of the magnitude, absolute magnitude. It's a double star, pulsating variable star, and it is said that any minute now Betelgeuse is currently shedding its outer layer, and so that's why it is pulsating a little bit. Sometimes it gets a little dim, and then it all of a sudden it comes back up big, and at any minute this star can go supernova. Now when Betelgeuse goes supernova, it will be a spectacle. I don't know if we might actually get to hear the noise coming from it, which would be astronomical. I'm going to put in the description or right at the bottom of the screen how far Betelgeuse is away from us. But I will tell you that when it goes nova, it will be like there is a second sun in the sky. I don't know how long, right, that experience will last, if it will last weeks or days or months. But just imagine that for quite some time on the earth, it's basically like you will have no night. That is going to be amazing. It will be like we have no night. When it's going to be daytime, it's going to look like you have two suns. And when our sun goes down, Betelgeuse will be still bright in the sky, because the supernova explosion is going to be out there, and it's going to be out there for quite some time. And then after, you're going to have a remnant of Betelgeuse in the sky. I don't know if it's going to be in our lifetime or not, but I am telling you, this is going to be a spectacle. Right now I'm only speculating with my novice information, right? But those that are out there, the Neil deGrasse Tysons of the world and all of that, will be able to tell you more about when Betelgeuse goes supernova and actually explodes. So this is going to be something really, really great to look at, right? And usually in the month of November, which is all now, you get the Orionids shower in the month of November. And so it's a meteor shower that is usually around this area. And for those of us that are the meteor shower enthusiasts, this is the area where you want to point your telescope or your camera. Getting a nice wide field is going to be great. If you have a 50mm, it will take up all of Orion plus a greater portion of the sky, and you will be able to do some really great meteor shower photos if you have a tracking mount to help you out with that as well. Alright, so this is just my short video showing you Stellarium, which is a free program that you can use on Linux. I would advise you to download it, get it downloaded, and all of that. Alright.